Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing that Ryzen 4, the Steam version, on the AMD Radeon RX 470, 4GB for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM. If you want to learn how to use it, click on the top right corner of the video where the CAM logo is, or check the description below if you want to learn more. So that Ryzen 4, the Steam version, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 1440p, using both a G4560 and an i7-4790. To skip down those sections of the video, check the description below. Keep in mind that the i7 section of the video is only 1080p, targeting 60 frames per second. So important things about that: with AMD cards, the RX 470 and 480, I noticed that the CPU was a bigger limiting factor. It seems that it happens the same as every DirectX 11 game that uses a lot of CPU. I got more stuttering with AMD cards using the Pentium than with Nvidia's, so keep that in mind. I suggest having a better CPU for this one than a G4560, but if you cap the game at 60 frames per second, you can have a great experience. You will see that 60 frames per second is possible, but there are some annoying stutters every now and then with this card, and the RX 480 too, so things to keep in mind. But if you want less than 60, you can get it just fine with the Pentium. But so far the RX 470 on this game ran much better on the 1050 Ti. On the 1050 Ti, to get 60 frames per second, I had to play at pretty much low settings, and here I can use pretty much high or close to the high preset and get 60s just fine. So some things that you should keep in mind: when there are huge amounts of zombies on screen and you're killing them with a special weapon, I don't know, has fire or electrical damage, something of that sort, the frame rate dips will be huge in comparison to the rest of the game. That's why I tested that part of the game in a place where there are many zombies and killing them with a sword that inflicts fire damage. So you can see that there the frame rate drops a lot, but outside those areas, in small corridors, all that kind of stuff, not too many zombies on screen, the frame rate is different. I'm just showing you the worst case scenario I could make, so keep that in mind. And about the options menu, the level of detail, the LOD option, didn't change the game performance that much, so I suggest keeping that on high if you have a GTX 1050 Ti or lower. Then for anti-aliasing we have FXAA and TAA. Then zombie quality, shadow quality and shadow resolution. I suggest lowering zombie quality and shadow quality first, and then crank up shadow resolution a little bit, so you have better visuals in case you're having performance issues. Then for the texture quality we have from low to high. You can play with that just fine. On 1440p it uses more than 2 gigs though, so keep that in mind. Then other things that you should turn off if you're having problems with the frame rate are volumetric lighting, screen space reflections. This one is a huge hit to the frame rate. I didn't see much of a difference in performance with translucency lighting. Then mirror quality and ambient occlusion, you can lower them. Those also are a big boost in the frame rate. Then dynamic load scaling seems to be, I don't know if a dynamic resolution or just dynamic settings in some of them. I didn't really notice much of a difference with it on or off. You can target 30 or 60 frames per second with it, but I didn't see any benefits by having it on or off. So I suggest you try it out yourself and tell me the results in the comments. But so far I didn't see a difference myself. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Thanks for nothing. Oh no! figure.